planty people of the internet, I'm Jess from Fertilizer Queen and welcome to another video where I talk to you about things to do with plants. This plant here is probably my most well-known plant. It's my Alocasia silver dragon and it desperately needs to be repotted, so I'm going to do that on video and talk you guys through how I look after it and how I look after my other Alocasia as well. It with like 2.5 leaves and it was very small. I will see if I can pop in a picture, but it's grown quite a bit and it's got 7 leaves now, which are all absolutely stunning. But the newest leaf has come out a little bit smaller and yeah, it needs a repot, so let's do it. As I mentioned in my last video, my preference goes for clear pots, but I don't have one of the correct size, so today we're just going to reuse one that I already have because it's plastic and we don't need to buy new ones. So what you need, or what I do with my Alocasias, is I have an inner pot, an outer pot, and sphagnum moss and soil, which I prepared earlier. Okay, so let's get to repotting. I just have basically a piece of cardboard here, so the soil isn't going to go everywhere. This Alocasia, I got these pills that I think are like, ooh, that was pretty easy. But yeah, I bought these pills that have like garlic oil, I guess, that's supposed to help with pests, and I put it in the soil and I'm not supposed to say the F word, so it really stinks. Wow, this is insane. So yeah, I will basically talk you through what I do with my Alocasias while I try to peel these roots apart a little bit. So the way I pot my Alocasias is I have them in an inner pot, an inner nursery pot, and then in the outer pot I place some wet sphagnum moss underneath and around the bottom area of the pot. I really think, I find that they like this a lot. I tested it recently with 2 small baby cupreas, and the one that had the sphagnum moss did seem to grow a lot better. Like, I mean, look at this. Clearly the roots want to get to the moisture, so it seems to work. I'm a terrible plant mom. I should have done this a long time ago. I keep my Alocasias quite wet, so my soil is usually quite moist. And yeah, obviously the sphagnum moss underneath the pot stays wet as well. So yeah, I do keep them fairly moist. I see a lot of people online say that they keep them drier than I do, but for me, all of them seem to do really well with the more moist soil. Guys, look at this. That's incredible. I'm going to try to break the soil apart a little bit. It's going to take a while, but I want to see if I can find some baby bulbs in here because I really like growing little baby Alocasias. Ah, I found a baby! Yay! Oh, I found a big baby, you guys. I'm gonna, ooh, it popped off. I'll show you. I hope you can see this, but that's quite a big bulb. That's the biggest one I've gotten from her so far. That's super exciting. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. Okay, we're gonna have to peel this apart because there are some big bulbs in there. As far as the soil mix goes, I personally keep it less chunky than my other plants. So I use, yeah, kind of the same mix that everybody else does: soil, perlite, orchid bark, some charcoal if I have it around. I'm not too like scientific or too fussy about it. But with the Alocasias, you can see there's not as much perlite in there as with my other plants. Yeah, as I said, I find that they like to stay moist, so I don't see the need for it to stay too airy, but there are some decent chunks in here, as you can see. This pest thing that I put in here stinks so freaking bad. It just smells like someone who's been eating way too much garlic. Oh my goodness! Guys, there are some massive bulbs in here. Oh, this is so exciting. Look, another one, even bigger than the last one. Ah, I'm so excited. So I've gotten some bulbs from this girl already and they're growing pretty well. I will put in some videos so you guys can see them. And I'm hoping to be able to give one of these babies away. So keep your eyes peeled on my Instagram. Alright, so I'm going to take this girl and rinse her off so I can see what's going on inside here. And I did just break some roots, so that sucks, but I think she'll be okay. I'm back from washing off the roots, and just to let you know, I usually don't wash the roots off this much, but I wanted to see what was going on in here because there's like a big clump of bulbs, and I wanted to know what was going on so I could decide what to do. And to be perfectly honest, I still don't know what to do because the thing is, if I cut it or if I break it off, I will get new plants, but also I'm leaving quite a big area exposed, and any sort of cut or breakage is a place for infection to get in. And I do love this plant a lot, so I think I'm just going to keep this area down here, even though it's a huge bulb along with a couple of small bulbs with roots already. But yeah, overall it's more important for me that this guy stays healthy than that I get more plants. Just to show you what's going on in here, hopefully it'll focus. See, there's quite a big bulb in here and a couple of smaller ones around it. So that could essentially become a whole bunch of new plants, but as I said, I don't want to cause this plant stress. It's not important enough to me, so we'll leave those on there. I got 3 really big sexy bulbs. So I think these guys are gonna give some cute little plants. I think these are gonna turn into really cute baby plants. These are so much bigger than the ones I potted up last time, and they're growing now and have their first leaves. So I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen with these. All right, so next step, pot her up. The mix I have now is a bit chunkier than the one it was in before. It was already pre-mixed, and then I added some extra soil, but it does have a little bit more perlite and a few more chunks, but it's not science, it's just plants. It'll be okay, I hope. I'm gonna try and pot it up a little bit higher, so the roots have a while to reach the bottom. This is insane. Like, this is so long. So impressive. All right, pop them in there. Hope I mixed enough soil. I feel like I need a super catchy intro, like sort of a Carol Baskin type legendary "Hey all you cool cats and kittens" scenario, but I haven't been able to think of one yet. So if anybody has any ideas, hit me up. I'm a little bit worried that it's gonna look so lost inside this pot because it's so much bigger than the last one. But yeah, it grew into the last one so quickly that I thought I would give it a little bit of extra space. The last time as well, I went up 2 sizes, and yeah, now also. So hopefully it'll go well. All right, that feels nice and packed in, not too firm. So that's good. We do want there to be air in there for the roots to have space to grow and for everything to grow well. So there she is, potted up. All right, so then basically what I do is I get some wet moss. I use sphagnum moss, but I don't think it necessarily matters what kind of moss you use. And I place it into the bottom of the pot, like so. Whoop. And then the nursery pot just sits inside of this so that the moss is sort of around underneath the bottom and a little bit around the sides. So like that, it's a perfect fit. And she does look a little bit lost in this pot, but hopefully that won't be for too long. A lot of people ask what the leaves feel like, and they're very firm. It's almost like plastic, but more flexible. But they're They're really, really thick. As far as humidity and light goes, I keep this silver dragon in my Fabricore IKEA greenhouse cabinet. I do have grow lights in there and the humidity is fairly high, but I'm sure it would be completely fine in a normal home environment. I'm just crazy and I want to give my plants the best life possible. This is basically my method for all of my Alocasias. They're all in similar soil, they all have the wet sphagnum moss underneath them, and I keep all of their soils quite moist and they all seem to do really, really well. That's actually a lie. I do have an Alocasia ventii, I believe it's pronounced. It's a much bigger Alocasia, and that one I do keep on the drier side and I do ignore it a lot more, but that's more to do with my levels of commitment to that plant than what the plant actually needs. Another thing I do with all my plants is I try to spray them about once a week or once every 10 days with a solution that has neem oil and dish soap in it, because it helps to keep pests away, and Alocasias especially are adored by pests, especially spider mites, so it's a good idea to try do something to preventatively keep them away. Luckily, I haven't had too many infestations, but I will get like the odd spider mite on my plants. Let's hope that it stays that way, because I am absolutely terrified of pests. If I do ever find anything, you can ask my friends, I like totally freak out and I start spraying everything and panicking and ordering predatory mites. So yeah, I'm petrified of pests. I also miss them from time to time, so this depends. Sometimes I do it every day, sometimes I only do it every couple of days, but inside of my cabinet it does stay quite humid, so it's probably not as often as I would if it was outside the cabinet. I'm trying to keep this a little bit shorter than last time, so that's it for today. I really hope that you liked the video, that I managed to teach you something, and if you have any other questions, just send me a message. Thanks so much for I don't know how to speak English anymore. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Jess. This has been my silver dragon. See you next time. Bye.